We move on. That's what good shows do, and this is a pretty good show, even with The Voice and Kevin with us tonight. Ferney at 6-4. Someday at 7. Poliwa at 4. Carter Mackay was the big shout early in the season at 15-2. Paloma Blue at 12s. Go another one at 16, and Del Oro at 25-1. After the Gold Cup, it's kind of wind down at Punchdown. Kevin Blake just can't wait to get into Naas High Street. That's all he's thinking about is the court. He's thinking, oh, God, it's the At the Races dinner tonight. But the moment that's over, I'm straight in the Court Hotel. That's where I'll be. So if I can just quickly chat with the bosses. That's the usual thing, isn't it, Gary? Get the chat with the bosses over the At the Races dinner done as quickly as possible and straight to the court.
I haven't seen the itinerary, Matt, but I'd say you mightn't be too far wrong there. Certainly for some members of the team, at least. Several of us have an early start tomorrow. Well, I say early, obviously, comparatively speaking. Late start with the first race again around about 3:40, I think, tomorrow. But as you say, the show goes on, and we have this Racing Post Champion bumper coming up with another Cheltenham winner looking to double up here in the shape of Fiona for Gordon Elliott and Jamie Codd. We saw them out watching the Gold Cup on the track there a short time ago. Fiona produced a brilliant performance to come from the back of the field to win at Cheltenham, Kevin, and she's a lot shorter today than she was then. Is 11-8, which she is now from 6-4 here on track, a price that would tempt you?
No, not for me now, but it is a very, very notable market move. When they first priced this race up, it was 2-1 Fiona, 11-4 Polly Roy, and clearly one can only imagine there's a fair amount of input from the market, from the yard involved in this market, and they very much divided. All the supporters for Fiona. Polly Roy is a difficult horse to weigh up. He's very highly regarded. He did his job first time out, not beating a whole lot, but did it in good style. We'll know much more about him today, but the market is suggesting that certainly up against Fiona, that there might only be one winner today, but of course we know with Champion Classic, of course, home reputations don't often come to fruition on the track. Some days a super interesting horse against them, to be fair, and was sneakily fancied by quite a few good judges going into Cheltenham, and was denied a run late on with a slight veterinary issue, and it seems to be good and strong in the market all day today. He won at Leopardstown, didn't win by very far, but it was the style in which he did it was very good. And Carter Mackay is being somewhat ignored today, given that he was very well fancied for the Champion bumper, and I just thought he was too raw. You know, the two bumpers he won leading into that were small fields, steadily run. You know, he did it impressively, but he didn't learn a whole lot, and I think Cheltenham was just a whole different experience for him, and it just caught him out. I wouldn't be surprised if he bounces back today. And that Paloma Blue, I wouldn't like to rule out. I was impressed with him when he won for Henry's Bromhead at Fairyhouse. Again, big chapter in the making, but I wouldn't be surprised if he runs well.
He's a good horse, I think, that Paloma Blue, and better ground today might even just elicit some further improvement from him. That said, he's going to need to step up. He beat a horse of Gordon Elliott's himself, won a bumper after, but he's taking on, I think, a real high quality of opposition today, in particular in Fiona and Someday. Polly Raw held him to big sales purchase after he won his point-to-point. New kid on the block who might have the upper hand in this €100,000 contest. William Mullins actually won it last year with Blow by Blow, who is one of those horses that was transferred to Gordon Elliott subsequently, though he didn't make it to the track this season. Might be one to look forward to next term, Blow by Blow. It'd be interesting, do they see if he does make it back, do they go chasing straight away or give him a go over hurdles first? Huge big horse he is. Willie Mullins, though, Matt, has won 5 of the last 6 editions of this. The only one to put a stop to that sequence was the Liquidator for David Pipe back in 2013. But Fiona really is being hammered now. Is she 5-4, Matt?
Yeah, I was there that day with the Liquidator. What a performance that was. But yes, I mean, look, if Mullins doesn't win this, surely he just waves the white flag, doesn't he? He needs this very badly. €59,000. If he can't win this, it's time to say, ta-ra, Gordon, enjoy being champion. Fiona, 5-4, 100-30 Someday, 9-2 Bar. If Elliott adds another 60-odd grand here, surely that is it, isn't it, lads? It's it, isn't it? concede, wave the flag and then head straight to the Bagnall for a good glass of champers.
Might be right about some of that, Matt. I don't know about the whole lot of it.
Is Polly Roy, and towards the near side is Paloma Blue. These three are followed by Someday, who's in fourth place. Ahead of the fifth running Go Another One. Then Deloro racing on the inside of the grey Carter Mackay at the rear of the field. They race on now past the stands to head up the hill towards the right-hand turn, and Fiona, the Cheltenham bumper winner, and Jamie Cod in the lead, followed in second place by Paloma Blue, who now moves second. So Paloma Blue moves into second. Someday has improved into third, relegating Polly Roy now to be fourth, and they're being followed by Go Another One with Deloro and Carter Mackay. Making the turn now to head towards the top of the track and shortly to make the descent down the far side, with Fiona striding along in front of Paloma Blue second. Someday is third. Polly Roy is next in fourth. A couple of lengths then to Go Another One. Carter Mackay is on the outside, followed by Deloro. So they make the descent right over on the far side of the track, with in the lead Fiona showing the way to Paloma Blue. Someday is third, and Polly Roy is followed by Go Another One, and then Deloro and Carter Mackay. In the lead, Fiona, Jamie Cod showing in front, Paloma Blue and Davy Roach second, followed by Someday and Kate Harrington, Polly Roy and Katie Walsh next, followed by Go Another One and Barry O'Neill, Carter Mackay, Patrick Mullins on the outside of Deloro and Stephen Clements. Beginning to make their way on up now towards the halfway point, and the Racing Post champion INH flat race, and Fiona leads Paloma Blue. In third is Someday, and in fourth is Polly Roy. After them is Go Another One, Carter McCoy and Deloro. Right across the stands with 7 furlongs to go. Fiona and Paloma Blue. Couple of lengths to Someday, and in fourth place is Polly Roy. Go Another One, Carter Mackay and Deloro, as less than 6 lengths cover the field, heading towards the final 3/4 of a mile. Fiona in front of Paloma Blue, followed by Someday and Polly Roy. Go Another One, Carter Mackay and Deloro, as they begin now to make the run to swing across to the 5 furlong point. Fiona leading from Paloma Blue second. Someday is third. Polly Roy just niggled along in fourth. Go Another One, Carter McCoy the grey, and they're being followed by Deloro. Racing to the final half mile now. Fiona in front of Paloma Blue. Someday improving on the Polly Roy. Just in behind them, Go Another One, with Carter Mackay and Deloro all in contention now as they make the run across towards the straight. The 7 runners covered by just about 4 lengths. Fiona leads Paloma Blue and Someday. Polly Roy is next. Go Another One, Carter Mackay on the outside. About to breast the bend to turn for home. Fiona is just over a length in front of Paloma Blue. Polly Roy is third. A break then to Deloro, who's challenging Someday. And then comes Carter Mackay. They're for home now, and it's Fiona in front. Paloma Blue is second, and third is Polly Roy as they race now to the final 200 yards. It's the Cheltenham bumper. Fiona striding along in front of Paloma Blue, and in third is Polly Roy, and running up towards the finish. It's all the way for Fiona, and Gordon Elliott and Willie Mullins trade blows yet again, and this one goes to Gordon Elliott. The Cheltenham bumper winner, Jamie Cod, in great style from Paloma Blue. In third.
And, well, it's looking very likely now that he's going to be champion amateur. I think he's 4 ahead of Patrick Mullins after his winner yesterday, and now the brilliant Fiona. I think we're justified in calling her that, Kevin, because this mare is a bit special. Cheltenham, she had to do it really the hard way after everything went wrong at the start, back to the more forceful tactics today that worked so well at Ferrières previously, and she has fairly caned the geldings here.
Yeah, she was deadly here, to be fair. Jamie Cod was able to get her off on terms today and really control the pace from the front, and she's quickened up, and it's just been very straightforward for her. If you were involved in the big plunge to knock her all the way into 11 to 8-5, I don't think there was any real moment of concern. A few of the big rivals were in trouble quite a way out. Paulie Roy's ran a good race. He's a big chaser in the making, and he just got a bit outpaced around here. I think the track was maybe a bit sharp for him. And Paloma Blue, look at the size of him. He's another big chaser in the making. He's run a fine race in his second start, but it's all about Fiona here. As good a bump of mare as we've seen for a little while, I think.
And a real punt landed as well. 11 to 8 she was levered into near the off. Smashing run from the second. Henry de Bromhead will be thrilled with Paloma Blue. Big step up in class for him today, but he moved really powerfully through the race and stuck at it well. Thought he might be vulnerable to Polly Roy, maybe coming past him up the running, but he saw him off easily enough, but just no match for the winner, who looks out of the top drawer. Daughter of Calanisi, of course, stands up at Boardsmill Stud from the family of Solarina. Let's get out to Fitzy.
Well, Jamie Carr, this is a picture I'm sure he'll be keeping. And for Mary Nugent leading, this one she'll hang on the wall too. These mares don't come along very often, Jamie Carr.
No, just good filly.
But different today, you know, everything went smooth today compared to Cheltenham.
Yeah, like Cheltenham wasn't. She got a fright, just the boys came around her and bullied her basically, and she just got a fright at the tape, but today was a different story. She's out of Solarina pedigree. She likes to do her own thing, and no, I'm just, listen, it's brilliant. Delighted to be a part of the whole thing. It's brilliant, yeah.
But to ride horses like this is special.
Yeah, it is special, of course it is. I had an opportunity when I started off. I rode all the Willie Mullenses for 3 or 4 years, and now I'm in the position where I'm riding a good few for Gordon, and that's what you want to be doing. Like, you want to be riding good horses. And
over Willie Mullins, he had the third for good measure there. And just thinking back to some of the good mares that have won this in the past, Kevin, we were looking back through the history there. Aries Girl for Pat Flynn back in 1994, she was a smashing mare, won a stack of bumpers and very good over hurdles as well. Lissa Puerig for John Kiley, and Like a Butterfly, of course, wonderful mare. Refinement won it as well for John Neal, but this one, on the evidence of what we've seen at Cheltenham and today, is going to be up there with the very best of those, isn't she?
Well, if she's as good to hurdle as Solarina was, if she's quite closely related to, she'll be just fine. If she's as tough and as durable as her, she'll be some mare, because I don't think Solarina was much of a mare in bumpers, but she came alive over hurdles, and she